Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
There are places in this country, perhaps even in this city, where I'm told a person can rent a motel room by the hour. I suppose there are several good reasons for such convenience, and I can think of at least one bad one. But the concept of rooms by the hour is being ramped up a notch thanks to a startup company called Home, spelled H-O-H-M, which is pushing the idea of so-called napping pods. The pod is a portable steel structure sectioned into a cluster of smaller pods, each of which is a 43-square-foot bedroom. Each bedroom contains a twin bed, a charging station for cell phones and computers, and a mirror. Each room is private, and each room is soundproof. The napping pod is available for up to 4 hours, although if a busy business executive can get away from the office for 4 hours, he or she can probably afford something a little swankier. The company which makes the pods believes that society is experiencing a serious shortage of beds in locations where tired people congregate, like airports, convention centers, universities, and corporate campuses. The founder of the company, a fellow named Nicholas Woods, is convinced the pods will do well among people who experience exhaustion frequently, whether on the job or elsewhere. Sleep, like food, is one of life's essentials, and the fact is that many of us don't get enough. Mr. Woods and his company are not the first to think of the sleeping pod idea. Smaller hotels known as capsules have been popular for several years in Japan. But although they can be rented by the hour, they are basically hotels, meant mostly for overnight stays and not quick naps. Besides, I've seen news reports about the capsules, and they look like burial vaults without front doors. You can't even stand up in one. That's a little too creepy and claustrophobic for my taste. In contrast, the Home Company's napping pods are roughly 8 feet high. Nothing beats a good stretch after napping, and the pod makes it possible. That's a nice upgrade from a coffin. The University of Arizona purchased 4 of the pods and had them installed in a student union. Students will pay $10 an hour to crash for a while between classes. When college students think nothing of paying $5 or so for a cup of designer coffee or a cinnamon latte, $10 for a nap will not seem excessive. It's not their grandfather's student union anymore. Like most startups, Home has issues still to resolve. Unlike the cabins on cruise ships, which arrive at the shipyard already put together, ready to slide into their assigned place on board, the napping pods need to be assembled on site. Because it's made of steel, each pod weighs about 1,500 pounds. Mr. Woods is out hustling for more startup capital. He's trying to get to $850,000, but he has a long way to go. He apparently is ambitious and determined, and he may be onto something. This dude just might have an idea whose time has come. Maybe he needs to take advantage of the publicity he would get from an appearance on television's Shark Tank. He might find Kevin O'Leary, who also goes by the self-bestowed title of Mr. Wonderful, quite receptive. After all, the cantankerous and difficult-to-please Mr. Wonderful always looks like he needs a nap.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.